stars, remember we cars, the word of the stars, and you know.
What's next for you, bro? Talk to him, man.
Sound the alarm, it's high time. In the morning, send a prayer, then we make them know, so we still there. Jah open up me eyes, me see me enemies for real, me know so them are some betrayers. Spiritual eyes, 6, 7 cents, yeah, me say enough of them not real. Enough of them not real. Betrayal from the closest ones to your heart, I so it feel. Yeah, I saw it feel, but the lesson make your heart like steel. Me say enough of them not real. Enough of them not real. Betrayal when you never expect it from them, I so it feel. Yeah, so it feel, but who can't hear, I go feel. We don't wanna take us wrong way. Let them go all and only. Try them, I try, them want to see we die. Let them know them can't conform with. We don't wanna take us wrong way. Let them go all and only. Try them, I try, them want to see we die. Let them know them can't conform with. Them start off sweet, but then them get bitter. And don't feel like a while, but them turn off to be a quitter. They don't want to do the work, turn in a bullshitter. But them can't hold me back and me get litter and litter to the knees, yeah. Preach, man, I preach. Who have a ear, man, I teach. Free up from all the blood, sucker them in your life, them a leech. Reprobate them, you can't reach. I sleep on a parents, find out of me life. I could have mother, father, son, and wife. Real thing. You in a sin, then you want to pay the price. You fight me down when man, I try to save your life. Some people don't wanna be saved. No stubbornness, them take it to the grave. Yeah, free yourself of the dirty mentality. Sit down and learn charity. Cause enough of them not real. Enough of them not real. Betrayal from the closest ones to your heart, I say it feel. Yeah, I saw it feel, but they mustn't make your heart like steel. Mess enough of them not real. Enough of them not real. Betrayal when you never expect it from them, I saw it feel. Yeah, so it feel, but who can't hear, I go feel. We don't wanna take us wrong way. Let them go all and only. Try them, I try, them want to see we die. Let them know them can't conform with. We don't wanna take us wrong way. Let them go all and only. Try them, I try, them want to see we die. Let them know them can't conform with.
Treat them better than a blood brother. Still them will change like the damn weather. Separate them, tell people say you wrong them, but them not really want to fix the problem. A real friend will stay loyal for your lifetime, but the fake only there for the nice times. Then we pack up and leave in our hard times. That's why me never put faith in a mankind. Price machine banner be where you send me cheese. Stay loyal like that to the pedigrees. We have to turn to the east and beg the Father please show me the two-tongue snake in adversities. They want to see me lie down in a history real while them a smile and drive out in a Mercedes. And even if you're on your knees, I beg mercy, please. Still Judas will sell you out for your 30 piece.
Enough of them not real. Betrayal from the closest ones to your heart, I saw it feel. Yeah, I saw it feel, but they mustn't make your heart like steel. Mess enough of them not real. Enough of them not real. Betrayal when you never expect it from them, I saw it feel. Yeah, so it feel, but who can't hear, I go feel. We don't wanna take us wrong way. Let them go all and only. Try them, I try, them want to see we die. Let them know them can't conform with. We don't wanna take us wrong way. Let them go all and only. Try them, I try, them want to see we die. Let them know them can't conform with.
Me no want no fake fun around me. Trying on me up, me no want no Satan around me. All when you have a wife when you trust. One test I make me see the snake them around me. Energy and take it to another level. Quiet man a fight man a fi resist the devil. Them a traitor and enough of them a rebel. Make them grow and live them life miserable.
None of them can diss Malakaya. Never back down from the war, man I retire. Man I gain strength from the black messiah. Endure to the struggle, endure to the fire. The whole of them cooler than Alaska. Rain at the morning and me death them ask for. I want to them, Jaja bless them in a shatter. Blessing increase, that's why we are prosper.
Enough of them not real. Betrayal from the closest ones to your heart, I say it feel. Yeah, I say it feel, but they mustn't make your heart like steel. Mess enough of them not real. Enough of them not real. Betrayal when you never expect it from them, I say it feel. Yeah, say it feel, but who can't hear, I go feel. We don't wanna take us run with. Let them go all unknowingly. Try them, I try. Them want to see we die. Let them know them can't conform with. We don't wanna take us wrong with. Let them go all unknowingly. Try them, I try. Them want to see we die. Let them know them can't conform with.
Applying pressure to the pedal breaking. Lord know we dedicated. Revealing truth to our people, we been miseducated. Great awakening taking place and they can't decimate it. Truth serum that can't be replicated. Get medicated, this that Psalms 107, ain't it? We got this truth and can't keep calm. On the corner dropping bombs, can't be detonated. Jump from coast to coast like LeBron, but we never traded. Got the breath of life in my lungs, I'm resuscitated. Precepts, the only P we pushing in this heat. Hitting harder than the desert eagle bullet. Hit the earth with the line, let it sink and we gon' hook 'em. We had idols in our mind, heard this word and we forsook 'em. Out in Memphis, no more rent, we raising up the 12. They say the truth hurts, so we labor and travail. From NYC to Houston, from LA to Riverdale. Talking truth, taking the kingdom in the gates of wicked hell.
Welcome back to another week of Let's Talk Truth. Today you got myself, Captain Emmanuel, to my right.
Officer
To
Baruch.
my left.
Officer Jonah.
To his left.
Officer Hezekiah.
All praise to the Most High God. As y'all can see, today's topic, the truth about they clone Tyrone. It's going down, y'all. The hottest topic on the market.
Right?
All right, we finna deal with that today. But let's open up with Proverbs 8 and 6 real quick.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 6.
Come on.
Hear, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things.
Come on.
For my mouth shall speak truth.
For what?
My mouth shall speak truth.
Let's talk truth. Read.
And wickedness is an abomination to my lips.
All praise to the Most High God. So, now, if you've been living up under a rock, that's okay. We're going to bring you up to speed today, all right? This very new Netflix film that came out got everybody talking. So, let's get this Facebook post up. Now, this the post, I ain't going to lie, that made me want to watch it because I didn't run to the press. I didn't run to Netflix. You know what I'm saying? When I heard about it. But when I saw this post, I was like, okay. Okay. Now, put that post on the screen, please. All right.
Glenn's hand down Lord II. So let me make this clear for the ones who keep missing the message of this movie. You are the clone. This movie has nothing to do with Jamie Foxx being cloned.
Because that's what that was the conspiracy theory.
Right.
Like, they didn't clone Jamie Foxx and then they gonna put out a movie talking about they clone Tyrone and da-da-da-da-da-da. But it didn't have nothing to do with that. All right, go ahead.
All the drug dealers, no, this movie is about you. All you drug dealers, scammers, gangsters, pimps, hoes, and hood rats. You are the clones. You're just carbon copies of the same stereotypes placed in neighborhoods all across this country.
Right, so they basically like a hashtag, like a you know what I'm saying? Like a human form of a hashtag, just pushed out in all the hoods in America. Go ahead.
You are allowed to thrive because what you are doing to the community keeps the property values low, and the whites out, which allows the powers that be to experiment freely on your communities without fear of harming their own.
Now, scroll back up a little bit. I want to dissect that because we covered this in the truth about racism and real estate, right?
Right.
So it says that you're allowed to thrive. The you is talking about the drug dealers, gangsters, pimps, hoes. Meaning they're allowed to roam freely to an extent. You know what I'm saying? They can post up on the corner, right? They can, post up on their block, gang bang throughout their neighborhood, right? It's not like they can go on, downtown where the white folks at and crip walk down the street. Right? You see what I'm saying? They allow, I ain't gonna say free reign in the community, but they have a lot of freedom in the hood because when they outside and they doing what they do, they keep the property values low, which keep the white folks out.
Right.
And it keeps us isolated in a particular community how they want us, so they can place things in that isolated community to experiment.
Right.
Use us as lab rats. Go ahead. Keep going.
You are the clone. Scroll down. You destroy your own living conditions for little to no real financial gain, and at the expense of your own families due to lack of self-esteem and knowledge of self.
So that's what drug dealers do, right? They destroy their own living conditions, the neighborhoods, the houses, the condition of the elderly, so on and so forth, and they not really making that much money.
Hell no.
They're really not. They making fast money, but it's not much money.
Right.
You understand? And it says at the expense of your own families, because who they main customers be? They auntie,
Right.
they uncle. You understand? Jeezy sold crack to his own mama and rapped about it. He wouldn't be where he was at today. You understand? And it's due to lack of self-esteem and knowledge of self.
Right.
Meaning when you don't know who you are and you are programmed to think what America wants you to think about your people, then if you're not looking at your people like they God's chosen people, right? We come from the same bloodline lineage of Christ. Then you gon' think before you give somebody crack cocaine. You gonna think before you put that gun in that little boy's hand. You gonna think before you whistle at that 18-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To come here. You understand? Now, I'm not saying that we still wouldn't do it because we did in the Bible.
Right.
But we was in our land and knew who we are. We would still do it.
Right.
Right? But now it's even worse. You understand? Because we have zero self-esteem, zero knowledge of self. So we at the absolute, it's to the point where we literally just machines. We're just dolls that the white man made. Go ahead.
You can't see past your own block or your own hood because you have been programmed to be short-sighted to keep you from seeing far enough to see the bigger picture.
Right. That's why a lot of our young men constantly dying over a block.
Yep.
Like, what, about 1,000 square feet? Well, not 1,000 square feet. About 10,000 square feet. You understand? That's like the size of a big grocery store. Damn! That's the size of a Walmart. That's what niggas dying over, killing over, getting life sentences over. 10,000 square feet. But they don't realize that we've been scattered all over the world and been oppressed. You understand? But we the greatest nation of people on this earth. Right. All we got to do is unite in righteousness. But if your vision can't go past your own block, that means anybody that's not from your block is the enemy.
Right.
In the other blocks in close vicinity of you is not the real enemy. It's your brother that's going through the same thing as you. Y'all blocks is identical, but it just got a different name, a different number. You 1,100, he 1,300. But y'all beefing. But that goes into that short-sighted. Get that real quick, Proverbs 29, verse 18, real quick.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 18.
Come on.
Where there is no vision.
Where there is no what?
Vision.
Where there is no vision. When you have no vision for you and your race, right? For you and your nation. Read.
The people perish.
The people perish. So when the people are short-sighted, they gonna die. They gonna kill each other. They gonna hold each other out. They gonna smoke crack.
Message.
Why? Because they have no vision. Where there's no vision, there's no hope. There's no faith. You understand? So the people gonna perish. Read on.
But he that keepeth the law Happy is he.
Right. So now go back to the what's the name?
The bigger picture is that you are the clone. Notice how Tyrone wasn't even a character in the whole story. Tyrone was the clone at the end that saw himself on the news after the truth was finally revealed.
And that was the whole trick about the movie, right? The ending, and we going to get into that. Lord's willing, because we did start very late. We going to get to that. Lord's willing towards the end, about the ending, because some people might look at the ending like, so where's the solution? But the point really of the ending is for you to look, okay, you know what they doing, now what? You understand? That's for you to look at the screen and realize what it's more of you than you think.
Message.
You understand? Now your eyes have been enlightened. What do you do now? Go back.
Also, notice how the whole hood had to finally come together to prevail. Please tell me that this didn't completely go over y'all head. My people suffer of a lack of knowledge. The real question is, how long though, Tyrone?
Right, so the proper quote is, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Right. All right? So we going to get into that, y'all. We going to get it. Scroll down, show the little image. That's the expression when he first saw, when he realized he was a clone. He saw another version physically in real life of himself, but it wasn't him, but it was.
Was it?
So, but I'll pray to the Most High. We're going to get into it, but before we get into the topic, y'all, before we deal with the truth about this movie, we got to deal with the reality radar, all right? The reality radar.
Come on now, dog.
Reality radar. Today is the reality radar. Now, for the sake, because you can't find our show on this channel, IUIC in the Classroom 2 from last week, because we played a music video. All right? So we just going to show some lyrics. Even though the music video is very important as far as understanding the offense of the video, but just know in the video, he shot it in front of a building that was famous for lynching black people, and it showed images of Black Lives Matter riots and stuff like that, of whom he was speaking to try that in a small town. He was speaking to that audience, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to read some lyrics real quick. Scroll down. So this is some of the stuff he said. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stump on a flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town. Put the lyrics on the screen, yo. What the hell? All right. What the hell is this? So he said, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of. I'm not singing on cadence, y'all, but y'all get the point, right? Message. We take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long. For you to find out, I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're going to round up where that shit might fly in the city. Good luck. Try that in. See, that part kind of go hard. I ain't going to lie. That's why I keep hitting that shit. All right. Now, in the bottom verse, he say, full of good old boys raised up right if you're looking for a fight. Try that in a small town. Now look up good old boys real quick. Just type in good old boys. Mm-hmm. Damn. Because the amazing part about this is, y'all, this is what's mind blowing, right? You have damn near in the comment section of the video, and when you look up reaction videos, 99% of the black people speaking out about the video are taking up for the video and saying that it's not racist. Huh? But the kicker is, in the video, they saying, they got y'all black people, how y'all think it's racist. You didn't listen to the song. Nigga, everybody's saying what you saying. That means
really, nigga?
They got you, dumbass. They got you. They got you to believe that it's not racist.
Right.
You allowed the innuendos to go over your head and not to take offense to it. That's 99% of black people. That's their reaction to the video. Y'all talking to a brick wall. Ain't no black people duped and deceived about the shit. Everybody thinking like you, damn coon. You understand?
Tyrone.
I grew up in a small town. All right. So I read that first.
Good old boy. A man who embodies some or all of the qualities considered characteristic of many white men of the southern U.S.
Many white men of the southern U.S. Now, we from the South.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you, brothers and sisters, you know, up north or out west or whatever. But down here, down yonder, we know we went to school with these white boys.
Right.
You understand? We know about these damn good old boys, and we know they don't like niggers. Now, they might smile in your face. You understand?
Come on
but
now,
in
dog.
private and in a locker room, I guarantee you, at one damn point in your life, if you play sports, you heard a white boy say something racial in that locker room. Huh? You understand? And his damn papaw was right there along with the good old boys. You understand?
You better shut your white mouth.
So keep reading.
Including an unpretentious, convivial manner, conservative or intolerant attitudes,
Read.
and a strong sense of fellowship with and loyalty to other members of his peer group.
Of his peer group. Now that's the part you want to focus on, because the small town that he making reference to, right? He mentioned the good old boys are in his small town. The good old boys, members of their peer group, meaning fellow white, southern white men. You understand?
Right.
Black people come in talking about some, I grew up in a small town and I feel what he's saying. Listen, I worked for FedEx. My route delivered to numerous small towns. Just like the major cities, you know how the freeway divide the black people over here, the white people over here. Small towns, it's the exact same way.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? The black people are usually on the south side of the main street or the east side of the main street. Every small town I deliver to is divided. The white people over here in the small town and the niggers over here in the housing project development.
Right.
In that small town. You understand? Every small town I deliver to is set up the same exact way. So yeah, you might be from a small town and you have white people in your small town, but y'all was not unified in a small town, nigga. You understand? For real. When he talking about his small town, he ain't talking about the little niggers on the east side. He talking about the good old boys.
Right.
His brothers.
Message.
All right. So, but anyway, just the general consensus, the black man and black woman is taking up for this song. They love it. They're fine with it. There's no problem.
Come on, man.
All right. But I did find a black man with a little bit of sense. So let's pull up that fella. He made a good point about this song right here. Well, Jason Aldean, the artist. Play that.
Peace. Jason Aldean ran. That's him right there. Jason Aldean running. When the worst mass shooting in the history of this country was playing out at Jason Aldean's concert before his very eyes, Jason Aldean ducked and ran for safety as his adoring fans were being mowed down by a gunman. Jason Aldean ran. Jason Aldean didn't go get his granddaddy's gun, track down the shooter to go all Walker, Texas Ranger on him. No, Jason Aldean ran. And when the time came for Jason Aldean to do his tough guy chest thumping, talking about try that in a small town, somehow mass shootings didn't make the cut of his video. Too busy glad-handing the police and protecting a piece of fabric. These colors don't run. Well, Jason Aldean, you do. Now, to be clear, Jason Aldean, I'm not calling you a coward for running. That was, in fact, the safest option for you. So relax with all the tough guy talk about what you're going to do if we try that in a small town. We already know what you're going to do, Jason Aldean. We out here.
So he made a couple of good points, right? For one, you a hypocrite. You talking in the song all tough. And my granddaddy gave me a gun and I'll use it on you niggers. You come to my small town. You gonna get up out of there. You took some damn king buns and all that through your town. Your ass go. You scared. You the scared good old boy. You ain't about that life like some of your brothers might be. All right, you just talking, right? But he said the hypocrisy of it. Notice what he didn't put in the video. Right. Mass shootings. Now at those rides, yeah, you know, you got blacks and whites. It's usually the white folks though, the Antifa, that be breaking shit. You understand? But okay, you had some black people looting some of the stores, whatever. Okay. But find me a black man that go into a Kroger and just kill 10 people. Find me a black man that go into elementary school and shoot 12 kids. For real, show me a black man that drive 2 hours to go to the nearest white grocery store to light it up just because they white. You can't show me that. So if you gonna make the point about what the not trying to small town, what about man? Can we come do a mass shooting in your small? We can get away with that though.
Right, walk in your church.
We can't come riot and throw bottles at windows or whatever. We can't bust no windows out. But we can come do a mass shooting at your concert and you gonna run? You see what I'm saying? So old buddy, like, man, shut your wide mouth. All right. Now look, I know the black mind is locked and loaded with rebuttals always, and I can see some rebuttals to the video. But let's see what the white woman had to say about this video. All right. Jason Aldean's queer niece. Watch this.
Jason Aldean ran. That's him right there. Jason Aldean running.
We don't have to be nice to these people anymore. He's a coward. He should own it, you know? His whole video, small town BS, watching him run off that stage when he had a microphone and he could have warned everybody of what was going on, I don't think this take is bad. Jason Aldean is a poser. He likes to think he's a good old boy, but when push comes to shove, he's running like the rest of us. We're allowed to call him out on that. We're allowed to call him a coward because he wouldn't even warn his own fans of danger happening. This take is perfect. We don't need to be diplomatic or full of courtesy for these assholes that think it's okay to make an entire music video in front of a courthouse known for lynching black people so that this is more palatable for other folks. The time for palatability has passed. It's time to get uncomfy, people.
Alrighty then. So real quick, get First Maccabees 2 and go ahead and pull up that tweet real quick. First Maccabees 2 and verse 49.
First Maccabees chapter 2 verse 49.
So this was during the time of the Greeks. These were some good old boys too. Alright, go ahead.
Now when the time drew near that Mattathias should die, he said unto his sons, now have pride and rebuke gotten strength.
So just like back then, right? In this time today, Esau's level of pride is starting to climax.
Right.
Right? Because his kingdom is crumbling down as we speak. The other nations, they picking up animosity. It's stuff building up. The white man don't want to accept the fact that his kingdom is on a decline. So right? What are we in? We're in the age of decadence. So as this America continues to decay right inside out, you're going to see the white man's pride.
Right.
His heart going to continue to be hard. And that's why he found it, necessary to drop this song. Like, we still get down like that. I don't know. I guess you niggers forgot.
Right.
I used my granddaddy revolver on your ass.
This is America.
You understand? So now look, watch this. Go to the tweet. Hit view, because he's quoting a tweet. All right. So Ali London. Now this was scroll down. This was a Caucasian that tweeted this. Hit show more. This was a Caucasian that tweeted this, right? But this was also the rhetoric of most black people that responded. All right. So scroll down just so y'all could see what he's talking about before we read what he's saying. Scroll down. Hit view. We're not gonna play it. I just want y'all to see. Hit view. All right. So that's your girl Suki Hunter. Scroll up, cause all right. So it's a Suki Hunter, a black woman music video. All right. So scroll up. All right. Yeah. Let's read that. Scroll up. Scroll up. All right.
While Jason Aldean's song "Try That in a Small Town" has been canceled by woke activists, they have no problem with this song and music video.
So the song, when they say it's been canceled, the country music television CMT will not play it on their platform, but it's still on YouTube. It got 21 million views and counting. All right, so it ain't like banned. You could still go watch it, and he's still gonna get paid from it. But okay, so this is the rebuttal. Right? Y'all got a problem with "Try That in a Small Town," but y'all ain't got no problem with this right here. Read the lyrics, please, sir.
Go ahead, Officer Ezzy. She 5 foot, but her throat 6'6". She a ratchet bee, and she suck a mean. You mad cause your ain't fat like this, and your man eat the pee like chicken nuggets. She gon' suck his for some red bottoms. She a real hoe. I don't spit. She don't. She swallow.
And she swallow. Go ahead.
And she only F with the plugs, Lil B. She shallow. Put that pussy on the plug is the effing motto.
So these lyrics are absolutely deplorable, right? And of course, we don't condone that. Now think about it, right? Suki Hunter, yes. She's an artist. She makes music. She got lyrics like this. She got music videos that reflect these lyrics, right? But the average black man and black woman is not what's the word? We not beckoning for that. We not like
that's not.
You understand? The average black parent hear that on the radio and they turning that shit off.
Right.
You understand? It's go back. Just go back. Press the arrow at the top. So this, he quoted this tweet because that's the rebuttal to black people that got something to say about the Jason Aldean video, right? Mm-hmm. So this brother gave a wise response to their response. Read that.
This type of propaganda has been uniformly condemned by black activists.
Stop. So for one, that video, that artist, and all that is propaganda. Mm-hmm. That's what they want you to think about the so-called black woman. You understand? They rap about the depthness of her throat. They rap about how she swallow and how her coochie fat. And all this is new. You understand? All this is new in terms of being a wave or some type of generalization. What's taking place is an example of the movie we gonna talk about. This is an experiment. Mm-hmm. Cause to be honest, when did the Popeyes chicken sandwich come out? What year was that?
Like
2019. Was it before or after COVID?
No, it was during COVID.
It was during COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
I first heard Megan Thee Stallion. That was 2019. That was right before COVID. So when I first heard Megan Thee Stallion, I was alarmed. I was like, I done heard wickedness before, but damn, they playing this on the radio? You understand? So it was like, she was like putting a foot in the dough. And I don't know if they put something in them chicken sandwiches. That's the reason why I'm saying that, y'all.
They did.
But ever since that chicken sandwich thing, they have been pushing more and more this hoochie mama. Mm-hmm. We've been seeing duplicates of Meg Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
And some taking it to the absolute extreme. It's propaganda, y'all. You not finna go to a black neighborhood and see 20 Suki hunters walking around. You understand? You still gonna see regular black men and black women. You understand? That's the up and coming. They are just now producing that clone.
That's right.
Now, of course, the influence is working. It's a lot of black women converting to that. The youth, you know what I'm saying? We'll say that. But that's not a proper generalization of our women.
Right.
It's not. Think about Kevin Samuels, right? Majority of the black women he dealt with, what they was talking about. I'm a PhD.
Right.
They out here getting their damn degree.
Right.
Now they is hoeing in college and all that. But at the same time, majority of the black women are taking a good route. They getting more educated than some of y'all, than a lot of y'all white women. You understand? So this propaganda is being pushed out. Watch this. Keep reading.
This the type of propaganda has been uniformly condemned by black activists and others in the black society across the board.
Meaning it's a lot of black people that have openly disapproved of this language, of this content, of this music, so on and so forth, this imagery, all of that. Go ahead.
The reality is video and the activities in it are funded by white corporate entities, and it is primarily consumed and supported by white audiences.
Meaning, if that video got 1 million views, 850,000 of those views are from white people. Damn. That's message. Same thing with the King Vons and
All
the
of that
damn
stuff, they was, yeah.
the drill rappers and all of that. We know that we see the influence, the impact it's having on our people. We not ignorant to the fact that our people is listening and being influenced. But the main consumers, the main people buying it, buying the tickets to the concerts, the views that you see on the internet and all that, it's the white people. They the ones fascinated and get the entertainment from that. Like we read in Psalms 137, sang unto us a song.
Right.
You understand? That's them. They the ones pushing it out because it's their media platforms. They control the people that they signed a contract with to be able to get on national television.
Right.
It's them. We don't control that. So you the one signing these people, pushing that content out, and you the main consumers of it. Read the question.
So the question is, why do the white corporate structures choose to fund this subsector of black society?
So in other words, that rebuttal doesn't work. You shut the hell up. You understand? If you gonna clap back, y'all got a problem with this. Y'all don't got a problem. We do got a problem with that. We can't do nothing about that because y'all white ass the one put it on TV.
Right.
The hell you talking about?
Right.
So give me that in first Ezra chapter 5. First Ezra chapter 5 verse 73.
You ever read that Maccabees yet?
Oh, did I?
No.
I did read
read
it.
okay.
Yeah, read that.
The book of First Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 73. And by their secret plots and popular persuasions and commotions, they hindered the finishing of the building.
Right. So now you got to think about it too, y'all. Let's do the math, right? Let's say in Arkansas alone, we a small school here, right? But we have about what? Let's just say, let's just say 40 families, right? So, okay, you got 40 families. There's 40 black men, 40 black women, and probably about 100 kids, because we be having them kids. All right, so there's 40 women that came from the pants, that came from dressing immodest, that came from talking crazy. And we're in a small town, right? So this right here is happening in hundreds of cities, not only in the United States of America, in larger numbers than here because the demographics low, but also in different continents. This is intercontinental. So just off of that alone, then there would have to be a decrease in the numbers of whores, like meaning unmarried women, baby mamas, so on and so forth, because this movement is causing black and Hispanic men to marry black and Hispanic women.
That's right.
Right? And these black and Hispanic women that they marrying are dressing modestly, not going to the club no more, not going to the abortion clinic no more. You understand that? So, just if you just do the math just based on us, not the people in the world that ain't over the top ratchet, that keep their ass in the house for the most part, which is a lot of us. Jacob is a plain man doing it. Not every damn black woman is on at the red light tweaking on the headlight.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
That's a rare breed of black woman to do some bold ass shit like that. Now she did embolden a lot of black women, but still, you understand what they trying to do is cause a popular persuasion. Ooh, this is who you are. Your throat is 6'6". You understand? Your coochie is fat. That's what they trying to do.
Come on,
it's a popular persuasion, bruh. It's propaganda. That's not the true image of the black woman in America.
Ain't no way.
It's not. The black woman is still filthy according to the Bible. She got a lot of cleansing to be done. You understand? But that shit is propaganda. What Jason Aldean did, what he was talking about, that's not propaganda at all. You understand? That's why you got white people and coons alike letting it be known. No, our small town, yeah. You understand? That's not propaganda. It's a big difference. So that's an invalid rebuttal right there to try to use that. Y'all approve it. We don't approve that. The hell? Suki Hunter don't get no damn respect in real life.
That's right.
She don't. So cut that noise. Y'all brothers got something on that?
Yes, sir. Let me get a script. Because going with the propaganda, this is why you can't trust your enemy. So let's read that, Sirach 12. Sirach chapter 12.
The book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
The Bible says never trust thine enemy, right? And it's always something like they plot. And I'm glad this kind of ties into the topic today. Because what they do is they push certain things out to go against us, the Israelites. All that, like you showed the video with the song, I should say, of the music that's put out. All this is to make the Negro look bad, so that they can have ammo to put out racist videos like the dude showed. You can't trust them at all. And remember, from what you call them, the Jewish man pushing all this to make us look bad. The more they get of them looking like that, the more they can try to stop this right here, the movement. But read on.
For like it's iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
His wickedness gonna show, like you mentioned, Cap. In these days, they're starting to show, like their pride is coming out. Their wickedness is just going to the top. It's increasing, and it's showing forth.
Right. They're not no different from their granddad and them. That was with the good
Ain't no
old
way.
boys.
That's the thing about it, Cap. You said from
you see,
the
he
town.
bringing it out.
Right.
I still got my granddaddy gun. Don't make me go Confederate flag on your black
put you in
ass.
your place, boy.
Because they still, as iron rusted sources, it's going to come out. It's going to come out, y'all. So, look, Lord's willing, y'all got something out of that. We're going to take a break real quick and come back, and we're going to deal with the topic, the truth about that clone Tyrone. All right? So, don't go nowhere. We're going to be right back with more on Let's Talk Truth.
One God, one king, one God, I'm not a slave. One king, I'm not a slave. One God, I'm not a slave. One king, I'm not a slave. One God, I'm not a slave. Come back to your righteous state. This whole world can pass away.
Yeah, this ain't music, this the anthem. When the Lord takes Egypt for ransom, I'm black like obsidian, but comely and handsome. Militant like black leather, black boots and them panthers. This is like Moses in the midst of the sea, carving a path. Elijah, summoning fire to burn the chaff. The rage of sense combined with the jaw of an ass. Skin like brass, shadow whole kingdoms like glass. His boots the grass and pavement. We mighty like the troops of David, we the saviors. Drip king, son of the earth, we got the flavor. The Skywalker, master the force and lightsaber. Wisdom caused my face to shine, I look amazing. Greatness when it comes to the scripts, I keep blazing. When a God speak, it's fire straight blazing. Everything you see is mine and we gon' take it. Sons of God versus whoever, it's finna be crazy.
One king, one God, one king, one God, one king, one God, one king, one God, I'm not a slave. One king, I'm not a slave. One God, I'm not a slave. One king, I'm not a slave. One God, I'm not a slave. Come back to your righteous state. This whole world gon' pass away.
Go. When I say that I'm a guy, they cock their head, look at me sideways. They thinking back, they're not the one on top, but this is our place. If my father is God, the one that no one can stand beside him. Who am I? Tell me what that make me. You are what your father is, so I was born a God. I'm still a king. I see through the lies. I know that they lied about everything. My people hating themselves of a nation not selling dreams. You trying to be more like them while they stealing your everything. Why do you feel like you nothing when you really royalty? You the salt of the earth, but they try to reduce you to selling weed. And you get caught inside the system for trying to support family. They left no option as far as you knew, but I knew what it was. Time taking bills due, and I knew what you selling for. But I want you to know that you a king, cause I've been there before. You ain't gotta follow that route, keep the laws and you be restored. You ain't gotta do nothing shady, been a guy since you was born.
One God, one king, one God, one king, one God, one king, one God, one king, one God, I'm not a slave. One king, I'm not a slave.
Check.
Welcome back
Oh,
to
praise.
Let's Talk Truth. Hey. Alrighty then. All right. So we finna get into the topic, y'all. We finna talk about the truth about that clone Tyrone, but y'all know we gotta deal with our weekly segment. The hell is this? All right. So we gonna bring it local, y'all. We gonna bring it home. This is about what? 10, 15 minutes from the school, from where we at right now?
Yes, sir.
All right. This Officer Jonah, the cousin.
Hey,
this Officer David, the IT man, the reason why we started 20 minutes late, it ain't his fault. I'm just playing. But our IT guy, Officer David, he played the drums at this church.
He probably was baptized
a few years ago. You understand? He would have been right in this frame if it was 2018, 2017.
That would have been him in the blue shirt.
He would have been in the frame, y'all.
Yep.
He would have been on the floor.
So look, this is Jacksonville, Arkansas. Let's see what the hell hell they doing. Put that on the screen, y'all.
Are longer, right? One is short, one is long. Yeah. But God is about to roll this arm out. Do you believe it? I don't think you believe it because you didn't say anything.
God. Yes, God. We believe in Jesus.
Right.
Yes, God. Yes,
so, Father,
yes. In the name of Jesus. Yes.
All right, okay. Y'all don't know how to respond. I did not move her arm. How long?
Glory!
This is some scary stuff.
Glory to God!
Hey, this is what we learned from Esau and slavery, right?
Hallelujah! Look, bro, did y'all see what the brother did?
This is not a prank.
No.
Hey, we being pranked.
Her arms on the same size.
Come on now, dog.
He played everybody in there.
Hey, Man,
I know Arkansas.
This is the thing, Cap. How much she get paid for that?
Bruh. Nah, that was
Popeye
they probably
sandwich.
gave her some school supplies for this shit. Hey, give me Hosea 9-7, bruh. Hey, you can't make this stuff up, bruh. This would be happening in small town Arkansas. That one nigga, they got a damn 17-year-old pastor. You know they say you're pulling my leg. He pulling your damn arm, literally. What the hell
do nothing.
What the hell going on, y'all?
He trying to get his hustle game in early.
What the hell is this?
They building his name.
What?
Hosea 9-7.
Hosea chapter 9 verse 7.
Go ahead.
The days of visitation are come.
Come on.
The days of recompense are come. Israel shall know it.
Read.
The prophet is a fool.
So the pastor, the leader in the church.
A fool. Talk, Jonah.
Bro, hey, y'all heard what he said, right? He said, y'all don't know how to respond.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, y'all must not know how to respond to this. Meaning the church, that was the cue.
Yeah, they wasn't in on the act. Damn.
Right. And then
When he pulled the arm up for 2 centimeters, the church was supposed to be like, glory!
Right.
They were supposed to show out. He said, y'all don't know how to respond.
Damn you dumb.
This my moment right here.
Right.
This my first trick as a pimp, a pulpit pimp, y'all.
Guess he trying to prove
This
that
my
the hand is
first
quicker than the
trick.
eye.
Bro, the prophet, out of all the come on, you little fella.
he could at least redeem
He
the
should
girl
have
that
got
was on
some
the ground.
counsel. He should have got some.
Right. The one on the ground would have been more like, oh yeah, he saved her from spazzing out. She was on the ground. She was shaking the whole time.
Nah, he had already laid hands on her. That was his work.
Oh, so yeah.
That was his
it's
work
over.
right there.
Damn,
All right.
stupid as hell.
The prophet is a fool. Go ahead.
The spiritual man is
The
mad.
spiritual man and woman, is crazy as hell. Why are they on the floor? They know it's fake, bruh.
Right.
What scripture in the Bible tells us that the Spirit of God will cause you to throw yourself on the ground and shake?
And just shake.
What matter of
Having a
fact, give me
seizure.
Matthew 17 real quick.
Having a damn seizure.
It started at 16. Well, watch this, y'all. We just read the spiritual man is mad, right? Meaning crazy, right? Matthew 17:16. Read that.
Matthew chapter 17 verse 16.
Uh-huh.
And I brought him to the disciples, and they could not cure him.
Start at 15. Watch
Verse
this.
15. Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic.
For he is a what?
Lunatic.
So this man brought forth his son to the disciples for healing because he was a lunatic.
Right.
Read on.
And sore vexed, for oft times he falleth
He
into
what?
He falleth.
He what?
He falleth.
He what?
He falleth
Read.
into the fire,
Uh-huh.
and often into the water.
So he would throw himself into the fire, into the water. Why? Because he was a lunatic. You understand? So he went to the disciples to get healing, to get the evil spirit up out of his son.
Message.
That wasn't the Holy Ghost.
Good.
He had a lunatic spirit on him, y'all. Go back to Hosea 9:7.
And this was handed down from somebody.
Right.
That's crazy.
Churches are about getting that money.
Yeah. Read that.
Hosea chapter 9 verse 7.
Jacksonville. Damn. Come on.
The days of visitation are come. The days of recompense are come. Israel shall know it. The prophet is a fool.
So you see how they trying to keep the youth in the church. You understand? They put
Right.
a little young whippersnapper up there. And he a damn fool. He don't know a damn thing. Go ahead.
The spiritual man is mad.
And the black woman still in there shaking and gyrating, trying to support the young brother.
Come on,
Like, let me help give the old time illusion that the Spirit of God is working in this building by getting on the floor and shaking like a damn fool.
You better shut your
Read
black
on.
lips.
For the multitude of thine iniquity and the great hatred.
The great hatred for God's laws. That's why people still doing this, y'all. It don't make no sense.
Come
What
on,
the
man.
hell is this?
That's crazy. That's
This
witchcraft.
is lunatic activity, bro. You can't make this shit up. Jacksonville, Arkansas.
You can't. Shout out to Officer David, man. For real, though.
Right. The House of Officer Jonah. All right. So look, y'all, we gonna get into the topic. The truth about they clone Tyrone. All right. So we gonna play a couple of clips. Y'all got the timestamps, right? IT? Alright, so we're gonna play a few timestamps for y'all to, get the rundown, the scoop. Alright, play that.
3 Scooby-Doo investigate and find a secret laboratory under a drug house, blowing open a massive conspiracy that the Glen is run by an elaborate network of white government research scientists using the citizens as human guinea pigs to...
So they in a hood called... That was the wrong timestamp one. I'm sorry. Nah, that was right. So they're in a hood called the Glen, right? Which is an ambiguous... It's not really a real place. It's actually a damn science base.
Mm-hmm.
So all the Edomites and clones working underground, basically dealing with the experiments in the town above the ground. So the long story short, he went to find himself, and cause they telling him, bro, you just got shot up last night. You not you. So he went and saw, after he found the house where his black truck picked up himself that he saw from a distance. He didn't know it was him. But anyway, you gotta watch it for all that. But anyway, it lead them to a bando in the hood.
Right.
An abandoned house. They go to this abandoned house. It got a break room in it. A mysterious break room. And then they found a closet, and in the closet, it was an elevator. They get on the elevator, they go down. It's a damn laboratory. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Or they go up, or whatever the case. Whatever. I go watch the damn movie.
Let's say spoiler alert, by the way.
Right. Spoiler alert. But,
spoiler.
But yeah, so go back a few seconds. Turn it up. I don't know why we can't hear it that good. Turn it up.
Network of white government research scientists using the citizens as human guinea pigs to test out new products, songs, substances, even clones to essentially control and bend the black population into behaving the way that they want.
Go to the next timestamp.
I'm surprised they even get so-called white people to even participate in these movies.
They always do.
They do. They always
every
do.
Like Lovecraft Country,
all the
Underground
movies. They love it, bro. They love it.
Deacon Isaac got the white man to play
right. To play his.
The white man don't see nothing but dollar sign.
Right. Exactly.
It's all business.
Right.
Business is business. All right, play that.
A control area to test all of these products. He states that yes, mind control and quote, fitting in to what the whiteys wanted was the original plan. This explains the hair care products, music, purple drink, and even fried chicken.
Pause.
It's like freaking catnip for Clay.
So, all right. So what it's going into is the ending in which Fontaine, because he's not Tyrone until the end. All right? But we'll explain that later. So Fontaine, the main character, is not a real person. He discovers his real self, which is, about 40 or 50 years older than him or something like that.
Right.
And he is the genealogist, that's what they call him, the lead genealogist in their experiment, right? And for years, they had been putting a perm in the community, putting a fried chicken in the community,
right?
Putting the music in the community, putting a Christian church in the community, all as tools and mechanisms to control us and experiment our reactions based on, you understand, the different drugs and stuff like that they would put, like, for example, in the communion juice. You understand?
Right.
And stuff like that. So he was saying that their process, it haven't been producing to the level in which satisfies them. So he started cloning, starting with himself. That's what Fontaine's older self, his real self, is telling him, the cause of him being in existence. So go back. Come on.
But this was far too expensive without the results they were hoping for, and solely acting the part, behavior to the ignorant standards of the white overlords, was not enough in their eyes, so a new plan was hatched. Total integration, not all at once, but rather over generations of black people, slowly turning them into white people. Some real f***ed up shit, as we can assume that it would have been a full integration over 5 generations, according to the 5 Zordon-like tubes behind Old Fontaine. And some of the researchers, gas station attendants, and chicken joint managers were the first failed experiments at this integration. So the whole theme here is the total eradication of a race, culture, and people to force them into fitting nicely into a box that was constructed for them, rather than accepting and celebrating differences. It sounds like white supremacy, if you ask me.
Sheesh. Alrighty then. So, give me that real quick. First Maccabees 1. So basically, you have clones being produced while they work on creating or engineering a black white person that eventually morphs into white people. So they're creating the drug dealers, pimps, hoes to kill off the drugs dealers, pimps, and hoes, and underline producing the gas station clerks and managers in the hood. They the new light skin that's gonna eventually become white skin. So they basically gonna completely eradicate the black race, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like assimilate through science, which will be fully integrate and eliminate your black identity altogether, because that's what's separating. We don't celebrate. Damn! I read that.
First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 41.
Come on.
Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
That all should be one people. That's just like we read about when it said pride have gotten strength. The Maccabee, that's why they removed this out the Bible, y'all. That's why you got to get the 1611 King James Version. Alright? Because the Greek captivity is very reminiscent of what we went through and going through as black people today in America. Why? Because they the same people. Alright? They the same people. So they said, let us all be one people. And with us, what it's saying is, it's not saying let us conform to some of their beliefs and accept them and embrace them and unify, by compromising, with each other. No, this is what they mean. Read on. What the hell?
Verse 42. And everyone should leave his laws.
And what?
Everyone should leave his laws.
So in order for y'all to become one people, he's saying you have to leave your heritage. Leave your customs. Read.
So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
Right. So at that time, they started by physical constraint. They started to go, ramshack and round up those that was still keeping their laws or whatever. But now they have an experiment rolling on its own axis. You know what I'm saying? Let's start with real estate. All right. Just create a system, redlining. We're going to put them exactly where we want to put them, in a concentrated area. All right, we got them all in a concentrated area everywhere. They're in the same thing, right? They're in the projects. They're in the hood, all right? Ghetto, right? So now let's put these particular products in the ghetto. And in these particular products, we're going to put things in these products to make them do certain put certain spirits on them, basically, right? And we're going to see how they react. And over the years, you see how we reacted. Think about it. Ever since desegregation, when we, been in our own communities, 50s, 60s, civil rights, all that, you had the crack epidemic, right? And then you had the weave epidemic. You understand? The Christian church, the black Christian church went through the roof.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The gangs, the so on and so forth. We got a spirit, like we read in Hosea 9:7, a multitude of your iniquity and the great hatred. Whatever the hell they've been feeding us in these ghettos, our mindset when we wake up is to perform some act of hatred towards one another. Whether it's go at our women, whether it's slide on the op and kill another brother that look like me, or go and slap up a hoe, or go and steal and rob somebody. You understand? That's the daily activities in the hood. It's to the point where you get shamed. You get what's the word? You get less respect or less credit in terms of your manlyhood, depending on the amount of crime in your neighborhood that you grow up in.
This is affliction,
Like,
brother.
bro, you from niggas don't be shooting over there.
Right.
Yeah,
you had both your parents.
Yeah, it's quiet over there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all nice as hell over there.
Like like in school in the early years, like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, maybe, we used to lie about having the big houses. Like, yeah, mama, we got a big house. We standing. You know what I'm saying? We used to lie, like, because we wanted to have people think that we was from the suburbs.
Right.
And then it turned into, a few years later, it turned into to the complete opposite.
That's crazy.
You understand? People doing all type of false claiming. Oh, I'm from here and I'm from, you know what I'm saying? You trying to, your cousin house that you go over once a month, that's your block. That's your hood that you go to school for and fight for now.
Damn.
For real. That's what happened. You understand? That's their method of, that's their experiment. And it's working. But not at a fast enough pace. So, you know, whatever. So that's in terms of the movie. That's why they created clones, right? Go ahead.
I want to say this real quick, Cap. So what you just read is they wanted to strip it from us, right? To give us a custom. Because what we think is our custom, our heritage, our history is the hip hop, it's the chicken, the hair grease or whatever. But no, they painted that for us. So they gave us our culture. The culture that the Negro got right now is not ours. It wasn't embedded in us. It was given by them.
Yep. Can I get that in the scriptures real quick? Damn. Yep. Psalms 83 and verse 3. Let's see who is it that we're seeing now when we're looking at the trappers, the rappers, the thoughts. Where did that come from? Let's see. Read that.
Psalms chapter 83 verse 3.
Come on.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
That's what you're seeing in the glen, underground. You're seeing our oppressor taking crafty counsel against us. Come on.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And they have consulted. They have consulted against us, meaning they made plans on how they would destroy the black community. Come on.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel, not just the name, but the reputation, who we once were, how we once conducted ourselves. They gave us replacements for those things and created what you know now as the African American. That's not our original state, but that's what they did, just like in the first Maccabees.
You know how they did that? Let me get a scripture since we in Psalm 64 and 6. Let me show you how they did it, and how they do it, how they get it done. While we focusing on playing basketball and trying to be running a 4-3, this is what they doing.
The book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep.
Man, you know how diligent they searchers got to be, how they got to have these people in these think tanks, how they got to be, when they wake up in the morning, like the scripture said, bro, they thinking about how they can destroy the nation of Israel. You know, we too busy cooning and buffooning while they got thousands of people, if not millions of people, just concentrating on what can we do? How can we stop them? You see what I'm saying?
Y'all better take heed to that.
Play the next clip. Timestamp. Go ahead.
Scene reveals that this exact same thing is happening all throughout the United States at various test sites, as the title of the movie, They Cloned Tyrone, makes a bit more sense because the Fontaine clone located in Los Angeles is in fact named Tyrone. Seeing a clone of himself on television released from the LA research facility, a bit baffled as he was cloned or he is in fact a clone himself, which hopefully brings an end to everything in this and they expose them.
All right, so that's kind of the gist of the movie. All right, so the brother, he ended up Well, one of himself. Well, the LA one, you understand, he sees himself on TV somewhere else. He realized he's a clone. They're like, damn, Tyrone, you a clone. All right, so now pull up that image real quick about the traps in the movie. All right, the traps in the movie, that image. Let's go.
The photo.
Let's go.
The photo.
Come on now, dog.
Hey, so if you haven't seen the film yet, we giving you the upper hand. Now,
Actually, we spoiling
spoiling
it.
we spoiling it, but that's giving them an upper hand in the sense of now for those who not as learned in the scriptures, when you go watch it, you can actually connect it now instead of some people. You know, our people in the world, they watching it and they he clone. Everything is going over their mind, over their head because they don't got the scriptures.
Yeah, it really don't got nothing to do with the clones. You know what I'm saying? The point of the clones is to show you that you're actually cloned in real life without the actual, like, in the movie they showing actual clones, but when you look on TV, when you look on social media, them other niggas in them other cities, they are you.
Right.
You understand? Y'all all hypnotized by
Controlled, right.
It's the y'all clone. We clones. Alright? Literally, like when you look up like every city, you know how Arkansas got the street news? Right. Every little city with hoods in it got that, a street news. And it's the same stuff. The same dudes, it's like they got the same body. They throwing up the same sign. Facts. They got the same gun on the same hip.
The same side.
Yeah, like they literally clones. But pull that up. Put that on the screen. Read that.
Traps and they clone Tyrone.
Fried chicken. Damn.
Grape juice.
Read.
Alcohol.
So meaning drink, right? Strong drink. Go ahead.
Cereal. Music.
That's crazy. I love all that except grape juice. It ain't all that to me. All right, but go ahead.
Drugs.
Damn.
Perm/hair products.
Damn.
Liquor stores. Clubs. The Christian.
Damn. Read that one again.
Not the church.
The Christian church.
Damn. Sheesh. That's
trap.
That gotta be the biggest nugget that they dropped.
They
That's
did
the juggernaut right there.
Because remember, the church is because in the trap house, they went to the upstairs. That was the mini laboratory. You understand? Because they had over on the table. That wasn't the big junk. When they went to the church, remember the old man?
Gave them access
the old man was like, "Where you go to get out of Babylon?" And then they went to the church.
That
Mount
shit
Zion.
heavy, bro.
Yeah, they went to Mount Zion, the church, and that's where they went underground to the huge facility where they was doing all the experiments on the people.
Damn.
And you had all the employees and all that. It was their base was under the
Headquarters.
Christian church. That's a big nugget that he dropped in there. The Christian church is responsible for all of the wickedness on that list to be accepted and condoned. The clubs, because where you go to after the club? The morning after. Church.
Facts.
All right? The drugs, the alcohol, so on and so forth. That is tolerated in Christian church doctrine. Come as you are.
And they like
Come as a clone.
That's crazy. They put everything into like one little thing. Because when they went to the church, they played the music, and then as soon as they hit that one music tone, whatever, everybody
got
was
up.
tripping, bro. They were tripping.
Listen, look. You know this movie is powerful because we just showed a little church clip in Jacksonville.
Yes.
That was a real clip.
They were clone.
And they doing the same madness, bro.
Madness.
This in real life.
Right.
Why they putting this on a movie showing you like they full of shit? This is an experiment. They are being tricked into doing this. That's not the spirit of God. That's the white man's hand causing them to hoop and holler and shuck and jive. But in real life, every Sunday, they doing what they put in a movie. You understand? To depict that, listen. come on, wake the hell up.
Hey,
what
Cap,
the hell is this?
You know it's a trap specifically made for us because you go to any other community, it's not that many churches there because that trap wasn't made for them. You go to the Asian community, it's not a church on every corner. In black communities, bro, you got churches across the street from each other.
Yeah.
Just so Esau can get a nice look at everything that's happening right there.
Yeah.
We do a church blitz, but we damn near blitzing 3
Bro,
churches.
in the hood, you ain't got one Walmart in the hood. You ain't got no Whole Foods. You don't got no damn Trader Joe's,
Costco.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even got a gym in like a fitness gym, like to take care of your health, to exercise.
Not even a
You
hospital.
don't even got that. But you will literally have 12 church, like in Rose City, in this neighborhood where we at. This is Meadow Park / Glenview / Rose City. It's all right here.
It's Glen.
I live in Rose City.
It's the Glen.
Glenview.
It's Glen.
Between them 3 neighborhoods alone, that's right. They basically all one, right? Prothrow, exit. Them 3 neighborhoods alone, it is literally at least 25 churches.
And they're next door. They're next door.
When we done did church blitzes, we would set up in one spot and blitz 3 churches at the same damn time.
At the same damn time.
They neighbors.
Hey,
neighbor.
That's your neighbor.
What the hell is this?
You can't make this stuff up.
So now go play the video. Play the video.
I got.
Come on. You was finna read something?
I want a scripture. Just real quick.
All right, real quick. Come on. We got 15
2
minutes.
Thessalonians 2. Go there real quick. Because what we noticing is, we talking about the cloning stuff. The pride of Esau, 2 and verse 4. Just read it. The pride of Esau is thinking that they are God. Because they put the movie out. It's their Netflix.
Yep.
They allowed all this. They saying, I'm God. I control you niggas.
Right.
That's what they saying. Watch what the Bible says.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4.
Come on.
Who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he is God, seated in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
This is what they trying to do. Show that they are God, but hey, we control all the what you so-called Israelites say y'all Israelites, but we controlling y'all. We control your network, your neighborhood, your drugs, your grape juice that you like at the church, all of that.
Yes.
That's what they doing.
Yes. All right, play that clip. Come on.
The corner store. The corner store is a staple in every hood. There's one on almost every block, and every MLK Boulevard has one in America. And that's because the corner store itself is institutionalized racism at its finest. Think about it. Cheap liquor, high fructose corn syrup products, cigarillos, lotto tickets, and cheap sex pills. All things to keep the black man down.
Damn.
Pills.
Shout out to Levi. Levi a damn fool. All right, he said except the pills. But all of those things contribute to fornication, drunkenness, disparity of health, which leads to, Deuteronomy 28:61 about the diseases, heart disease, diabetes, the cigarillo, all that, right? It's right there in every. You not in the hood if you don't see a corner store.
Yeah, right.
You take me to your hood and I don't see no corner. Nigga, this ain't the hood, nigga. For real. Now play the next time stamp.
That's what he said, Martin Luther King. We go to Martin Luther King account with the chicken spot in the corner store.
Right. Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Play that.
And we start covering the mystery more. We find out that a bunch of things have been in place in the community to keep them docile. The fried chicken joints, keep them laughing, shucking and jiving. The relaxing hair product, keep the women docile and have them subservient. Almost as though they're equating black hair and aggression to the same thing.
I mean, even the messaging about music affecting our mood, we all know it's true. How many times a track comes on, that shit is hype as fuck. We going crazy. Or an aggressive drill beat drops and one of them UK rappers or drill rappers from Chicago starts going crazy, you get aggressive.
Right. So the music. So they had the fried chicken, they had the perm, they had the church, the corner store, and the music. He played a track, round it, how it go, round and round. It was kind of hard.
Turning in circles or something?
Round and round.
Yeah, it was like round. It was called Round and Round. I forgot exactly how it went, but it was catchy. and everybody start. Even Slick, what's his name? Slick Pimp.
The Pimp.
Pimp Charles. He got hypnotized for a second.
Right.
You know
she
what
had
I'm
to
saying?
pull him up out of there.
Yeah.
They were
So
clones.
all of these, the same stuff we've been covering on Let's Talk Truth for years. IUIC been covering period for decades. Right? All these elements they showing you on the big screen. This is what they use to control, to create you. Not just to control you, to create you. I play that.
Dang.
Play that clip. Come on.
So there's the fried chicken.
Yes.
And all I thought was Popeyes. And Popeyes chicken, when they had that chicken sandwich, and everybody was doing those videos and all that, or I said, this guy's tapping into something that we need to listen to. The strip clubs. Let me put this music on.
So
and we were
damn brothers. All right. So basically, like she's saying, what I would get from that, like I got to doing math in my head, like what the hell black folks been doing there since the chicken sandwich shit? Because everybody had to go get them a damn chicken sandwich. You know what I'm saying? And that's completely logical when you think about it, to be an experiment. Let's put this out. We know black people. Let's see how they react to it. They saw they reacted to it. All right, bam. What is going to cause them to do? You know what I'm saying? What's going to be the end result of putting all these chicken sandwiches in these black people? And I don't know. It could have been a compromised immune system. It could have been the drill spirit. I don't know.
Well,
but times have changed. The so-called black man and black woman, ever since that damn chicken sandwich, had been turned the hell up.
Right.
That the hot girl summers then came after that. You understand? Because like you said, that was during COVID. So everything post-COVID, all of these nigga-ass movements have been just full-fledged out of control.
A Negro.
What you was finna say?
I was going to say, it started in, I looked it back up, August 19.
August 2000, so it was before COVID.
Right before,
so, damn, okay. Now that make even more sense.
That's crazy, though. But you remember what happened when it came out? People were getting shot or cutting in front of people, fights and all that. And that thing crazy.
That's probably how everybody eventually got COVID. All right, play the video. Come on.
The strip clubs. Let me put this music on. And we were even talking about rap, the class before in Class with Carr, episode 175. We were talking about what do you call that, trip rap? What do you call that?
Yes. Look, the trap music, not trap music.
No, it's
drill music in Chicago.
Drill music, right? Drill music. You were talking about that, and I was like, we are zombies. When those kids hear that music, they go into a trance. So I thought that was genius to have the music overtake the people. Absolutely. And then there was this speech by Kiefer Sutherland. And he says, America was an experiment, a half-baked idea cooked up by aristocratic ideologues living in mansions built by slaves. He said, and when they checked out, they left us with the bill. A country constantly at war with itself. No common ground, no dialogue, no peace. And I was like, that right there sums it up. What did you think?
I think he back-mapped a fantasy. There's never when he says they left us with the bill. Who? The people who built the houses or the people who lived in them? Come on, bruh. Or your greats, who came here from other places and acquired whiteness. This isn't a we. There's no country here. There's no nation called United States. There's a common enemy, which is the point he was making. Which, ironically, shout out to Brother Jewel and Taylor and his co-writer, sound like what Du Bois said in the suppression of the African slave trade to the United States of America. He said nobody would have looked on with more horror at the Civil War than the founders. Because they thought they had put something in place. When they left, sure, they stuck somebody with a bill. And as far as I'm concerned, though, I never having not been part of negotiating that, my ancestors, I'm not very much interested in inheriting a bill to play for a criminal enterprise. We can just tear it down and start again. And in fact, that's the point John Boyega is making. I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm not even real.
Right. So what he's saying is, in his mind, he would rather tear this place down and start over again. as opposed to what the character, I forgot his, I don't know if he had a name, but the dude Kiefer Sutherland was playing. He was saying like the reason why they was doing what they was doing was to fix America. He was like, we need to tear this shit down and start all over again. That's really the gospel. You understand?
Right.
That's when we come together, when so-called black people truly awaken to righteousness and come together under God's laws, that's not going to fix America. That's going to destroy America. That's going to establish the kingdom of God on earth. We're going to take the kingdom like the scriptures say.
Right.
You understand? So what he's saying can't be accomplished without God's laws. You understand? But, you know, I felt that when he said that, that's right. We need to tear this shit down. Ain't no fixing this.
That's right.
Go ahead. I gotta
Son Ra told you weren't real, but Son Ra was ready to escape all this. Tiana Paris, it seems to me, had a much more interesting speech a few minutes later when she said, yeah, I would prefer to be working for the New York Times, chasing down leads, or being in the Caribbean, looking for treasure. But here I am, right down the street from where I was born. And, you know, but I'm not going to give up. To me, that's should be black people's approach. Kiefer Sutherland wants to create the Negro. And we know what the Negro is, a figment of the white imagination that will unify the whites. And the role that black people can play in that is the stereotype role. So therefore, you know, in order for us to be part of this, we have to submerge who we want to be to each other to whoever we think America wants us to be. That's a very different kind of conversation. So I think, you know, I'm not sure where brother Jewel was going, but as far as the chicken concerned, I saw that show. It's called Undercover Brother. As far as the creamy crack go, I saw that. It was called Good Hair. As far as the whole idea of white people coming in and I saw that in Bamboozled and Hollywood Shuffle and Drop Squad. Even now, his contemporary, Boots Riley, Sorry to Bother You, I'm a Virgo. So I get it, which is why I think the movie falls apart at the end. Because at the end, everybody's free and what you doing? Just wandering around. Oh, they cloning me. Wow. Okay, so how do it free us? Well, you free now. What? Wandering around. Oh, so you couldn't quite resolve it, huh? Why? Because the Negro remains unimagined. That's
pause.
I thought that
so
was
he said,
brilliance.
I gotta say press pause when I say pause. Now, go back a few seconds, please.
Yeah, keep the mouse on the other side.
So he said that in his opinion, the ending is where the movie fell apart because we know that they cloning us, but we went around, hey y'all, they cloning niggas. It's like, where's the actual resolution? Right. So watch what she say. Play on.
Negro remains unimagined. That's all.
I thought that was the brilliance of it, right? Because if we are only pimps, hoes, and drug dealers to them, which we are, right? Which is why it's easy for people to not have any sympathy or any empathy or any kind of feel when something happens to, you know, when there are thousands of black women missing, no one cares because we're only hoes, pimps, and drug dealers to them, right? Because that's what the image is. So I also thought it was kind of a message to certain neighborhoods because the fact that you can clone somebody in LA in all these towns, because in all of these towns, there's a similar construct, not made from us, but foisted upon us that we actually have, I feel like we have control over if you're putting ads in my community and liquor stores on every corner, or we do have control, but we've been conditioned to go to the number one kitchens. No disrespect. Have your Chinese restaurant, but why is it always in our neighborhood? Why are the hair care places in it? Why are they thriving and taking the dollars out and we're patroning them because we don't have options? Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like there was to me, a clarion call to let's look at ourselves and the music and the food that we eat and how we, you know, defile beauty and blackness, and that it's a government plot to do so. So I was like, yes.
It's interesting.
So all right. So her response was that was the brilliance in it because that's basically the call to action. Like we have to be able to look at this and realize that we are product of the white man. We say product of our environment, but yeah, the environment that the white man created for you to destroy yourself. So it's a call to action, but at the same time, he's right as well. There's still no resolution. There's still no, okay, let's do this after this. After we awake out of the matrix.
Right, you acknowledge.
This is what we do now. There is no this is what we do now. But it does start with us examining and seeing, like, we got to stop being what they created us to be, or we gonna go willingly back to the laboratory. You know what I'm saying? So now, hold that real quick. Nah, play the next time, Sam. Go ahead.
About that. The Olympia Black moment.
Pause.
I wanted to
so
know.
what she referring to is when Fontaine was about to shoot, was he finna shoot the white man, Kiefer Sutherland? He was about to shoot him, and he said Olympia Black, and he immediately took control of him. Right? Every last clone, if you say Olympia Black, they freeze. And you gain control over them. All right? So, go ahead.
Oh, because, Dr. Carr, the people's professor.
I just like what everybody said. That's okay. That's cool.
I like it. Is that a reference to something? Do we know who Olympia Black is, and what does it mean?
Not to the best of my knowledge, but the combination is interesting. I mean, the gesture toward the Greek. And by the way, I was today years old when I found out that some of the petty bourgeois Negroes in the world are now vacationing in Greece. That's been added to Dubai and other places as famous. Some people in Crete, and I was having a good time. But I think the whole gesture toward the Greek, Greco-Roman, combined with Black, it's almost like a cognitive dissonance. You put them two things together and you say it, then you're frozen. It's almost as if they were listening to a Barney tune. Because remember, we ain't the only ones that's been transformed by music. If you put a Barney tape on, my godson was 2-3 years old, he would freeze in place. And that's when I knew we're not going to play Barney no more on TV, no tape.
All right.
Olympia.
So pull it up real quick, the better breakdown. He gave a good guess, right? Like basically them two things don't go together, so you just freeze in your tracks. But this is the actual, the better interpretation of the meaning. Scroll down, please. All right, there we go. Read that real quick. Meaning behind the code word Olympia Black. The phrase Olympia Black from the movie they cloned Tyrone seems to carry a lot of deeper meanings. Simply put, it refers to a clone black person being fully controlled, and it also is a way of discussing racial issues in America's history in today's world. Olympia is the capital of Washington State, a place of power and decision-making. It has a complicated history regarding race, much like many places in America. When Olympia Black is used in a movie, it points out how society and those in power in Washington, D.C. have often tried to control black people. Let me show you Olympia Black in the Bible, Ephesians 6:12. Now pull up that next clip real quick. We're going to end with this one.
Come on now, dog.
Damn. Come on.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12.
Come on.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
That's Olympia Black. The spiritual wickedness in high places, that's the evil forces, the governing bodies of Esau, you understand, that have tried to control the Israelites. Crafty counsel, like you read earlier. All right, play that clip real quick. Come on. Let's play.
The one parallel that instantly stood out to me was the inclusion of SpongeBob.
Yes, excellent!
Junebug initially brings this up when talking with Fontaine, but the interesting thing is SpongeBob and Bikini Bottom are in an eerily similar situation as all of the people living in the Glen. Yes, who lives in a pineapple under the sea. And this is located in the fictitious place of Bikini Bottom, which is actually based on the real-life location of Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands in the Pacific Ocean. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, after the events of World War II, the United Nations essentially allowed the United States to to govern this part of the northern Pacific, thus leading to further developments of nuclear weapons technology during the Cold War. Between the years of 1946 and 1958, the US detonated roughly 67 nuclear bombs in this area. One specifically called Bravo detonated on Bikini Atoll and was estimated to be 1,000 times the size of the Hiroshima bomb. This unprecedented testing caused the Bikinians to deal with the loss of their homes, starvation, and some of the worst radiation exposure and contamination ever recorded. Their culture, homeland, everything was lost due to the government's experiments, similar to the government's involvement with the test sites in They Cloned Tyrone. So,
wow, who would have thought?
Man,
who would have thought that? Now go, give me that image real quick. Another innuendo in the movie. You would have never known that about SpongeBob, that it was history dealing with Bikini Bottom. You would have never known that.
Exactly.
But that, yeah, that's crazy. Play that. I mean, put that on the screen. The YouTube comment. It's an image. A screenshot of a YouTube comment. Next. Hit the arrow. Hit the arrow on the right. That's what y'all was supposed to show, but y'all clicked on the link. We just read that on the link. Click the arrow. It should be an image after that. You don't see the arrow? What the hell? What the hell is this? Brother, go back to the image that you got pulled up and then go and hit the arrow on the right. Hit the arrow on the right. Hit it. Did y'all not save it? It's on the Telegram. Come on, guys. We out of time. We out of time. This is amazing.
You can't just click on that.
This is amazing.
You can't just click Telegram and pull that one up?
All right, please. All right. Come on.
To
Come on,
me,
brother.
the old dude outside the store represented our true ancestors and elders.
Right. So this is another innuendo in the movie. You might be wondering, what did that older man represent that was sitting on that car outside of the liquor store? There was also one in the LA one at the end. Go ahead.
Fawn poured out some drink to him as a sign of respect. And without the old dude's knowledge, Fawn might have not found the Mount Zion church with the secret entrance in it. Many of us tend to throw away our elders and forget our ancestors. They are us. When we disrespect or disregard them, we're showing that we lack self-respect for ourselves. Frog knew things that others didn't. Many of us are under the influence of the controllers, and we just keep spinning round and round, waiting for the next instructions to drop, lost in the sauce without a clue as to who.
Get that in Job 8 and 8. We're going to end with this. So we didn't really get to hit everything we wanted to hit because we started way late. All right? But it is what it is. But what he's saying is heavy. What that old man perhaps represented, they wouldn't have never been able to go to Mount Zion to discover, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
the secret plots of the enemy if it wasn't for the tip that that elder man gave him. Likewise, us. We never really going to have the solution on how to get out of these conditions of the control and crafty counsel of the enemy without seeking the records of our forefathers, hearkening to the voice of our forefathers. Read that.
The book of Job, chapter 8 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
You can't skip that step. That's why it's saying 1 Kings that they may bethink themselves and repent.
Right.
You can't get any true change and any true results without tapping into the past, because there's knowledge. What they say, you don't know where you're going, you don't know where you came from.
Message.
You understand? So all praise to the Most High. We got elders, we got leadership that labor in the scriptures of our ancestors.
Right.
You understand, to give us the wisdom on how to truly move forward, how to take the kingdom and reestablish ourselves as a nation. Because we all come from the fried chicken and the liquor store and the pimping and prostitution in the Christian church.
Right.
We was all under the spell of the white man. But we working ourselves out by the way of the records of our fathers, the book of our fathers. Ironically, that's what y'all need to tune into right now. The Bible book of our fathers. All right? Coming right up. So with that, Lord's willing, you see you next week with more on Let's Talk Truth.
Approximately 7 pounds of marijuana, guns.
Jackson police are working to solve a double murder. Detectives found 2 bodies on Redmond Avenue.
An armed robbery occurred late Saturday night at this gas station on West.
Residents in the area say they heard gunshots around 10 or 11 Saturday night, but didn't think much of it.
Shots were fired and at least one person injured. In Jackson,
police say there were shots fired into a house in the 3000 block of
the area say they heard gunshots around 10.
What they fight for? Tell me what they fight for. All money and drugs, that's what it was. That's what you dying for. Cook it up in the kitchen like sinners. That's what you striving for. You trap, you trap, you trap, you trap, you trap, you trap. Come trap your fix, get your licks. Cause this White House was built with bricks to sell your soul. You get that gold, you get that dope, you get